Your father once knew the truth about your future, but he kept it hidden for a reason. That reason is about to be revealed in a message from someone you least expect. You will soon understand why your path was delayed. Archangel Michael says, "The clouds over your destiny have been gathering for years, and now the rain is ready to fall, but it will not drown you. Instead, it will wash away the last layer of confusion surrounding the truth your father once hid. His silence was not out of malice, but out of sacred timing ordained by realms you do not yet remember. A veil has been covering a section of your life, one you've walked through blindly. The delay you felt in your rise, your breakthrough, your divine justice was never a punishment. It was a strategy from above, calculated in moments too high for human minds to see. Long ago, your father stood at a crossroads with two paths in front of him, one where he could reveal the truth and shift your future instantly, and another where he kept silent and let the universe shape you. He chose the latter. Not out of fear, but because the truth, at that time, would have burned brighter than you were ready to handle. He carried that burden for years, not because he didn't trust you, but because forces around you were watching. Envious ones, masked friends, watchers of your energy. If he had told you then, they would have destroyed it all before you could even begin. He was protecting something ancient buried in your name. You have been walking with half your identity unknowingly sealed in mystery. You thought delays were failures, but they were layers of divine camouflage hiding you from premature attack. But now the hourglass has emptied, and the seal on that truth is lifting. A message is coming. From a person whose voice you do not expect to speak truth, possibly someone you once doubted, overlooked, or even distrusted. They are the carrier of what your father couldn't say. They were instructed to deliver it at a very specific moment, and that moment is hovering right in front of you like a door with trembling hinges. Once this truth is spoken, everything you've ever believed about your timing, your family, and your destiny will realign. Your father's eyes always held something unspoken, and even as he smiled, part of him carried the ache of withholding what he longed to say. He saw what you would become. And now, what he saw is being set in motion like a long-delayed prophecy activated by divine fire. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The person who brings the message won't just deliver information, they will unlock your mind. They will say a phrase, a sentence, or even a single name, and your spirit will shake. Your soul has already been waiting for it in silence. This isn't just about your father. It's about what he was part of, a lineage marked with spiritual weight. You weren't born into coincidence. You were born into inheritance. But not the kind stored in banks, the kind hidden in stars. There are those who tried to keep this truth buried because your birth was a threat to a bigger agenda. That's why they targeted your confidence, your relationships, your peace. They hoped to make you so distracted by the pain that you'd miss the whispers of legacy. But you didn't miss it. You sensed something was always unfinished. You may not have had all the details, but your inner knowing kept vibrating beneath every loss, every false friend, every blocked door. A man you crossed paths with recently, someone who left an odd impression, is more involved in this than you know. His connection to your father is ancient. He will be the one who cracks the silence wide open. This isn't a story of betrayal, it's a story of divine orchestration. Your delays were because heaven was securing your steps. And now those delays are turning into destinations. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Archangel Michael says, There is a spiritual inheritance with your name stamped in golden symbols, and it's been kept in a realm just past your dreams. You've seen it in flashes, visions, numbers, patterns that made no sense. But they were all breadcrumbs of the bigger truth. Your father's choice was guided by angels. He wrote letters. Yes, more than one. Some were burnt, some were hidden, and one was given away to a trusted source. That letter is resurfacing. It will come wrapped in strange energy, but you will know it's real. Don't ignore it. The timing is no accident. The person delivering it has gone through their own darkness just to earn the right to speak it into your life. It may not come in a traditional form. It may be digital, a voice note, an email sent from a disguised name. But the power it holds is enough to break years of confusion in seconds. Once you receive it, your body may react. Shivers, heat waves, or a sudden burst of emotion. Don't resist. That is your soul recognizing its own truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. Everything around you is starting to rearrange. Items you lost will reappear. People you forgot will start contacting you. Dreams will become clearer. And suddenly, your father's silence will feel like the loudest echo of love. He didn't fail you. He shielded you. And now, you will take what he protected and multiply it into something unimaginable. You've always felt different. That's because you were. You were marked with something not even your enemies could understand, but they feared it anyway. That fear turned into sabotage. That sabotage became your training ground. But now, training is over, and it's time for fulfillment. You will feel it in your sleep, his presence. His energy. His message finding its way through dimensions, letting you know you were never abandoned. Type Amen to get blessing 511. There's a location tied to your childhood that holds clues. A place your father once took you to, or mentioned briefly. That place is about to resurface in a conversation, and when it does, pay attention. Buried there, whether physically or symbolically, is a memory that unlocks more than you can guess. Don't dismiss signs, even if they seem random. Spirit has been building toward this moment for years. Soon you'll notice repeated numbers, especially ones linked to dates or birth times. That's the frequency of divine preparation. They're lining up like dominoes waiting for your next step. A female figure is also involved, someone who knew your father or walked beside him during a critical time. She's held her tongue, but she's starting to feel pressure from beyond. She may break silence soon. You may even feel that this whole journey is becoming surreal, and that's because you're crossing thresholds not seen with normal eyes. The spiritual world is pressing into your timeline and urging manifestation. Type Amen to get blessing 229. The delay in your life will suddenly feel like the best protection you ever had. What was held back is now being released, and it will be faster than you can imagine. What took 10 years will take 10 days. People who once rejected you will return, but not all of them are meant to stay. Your elevation will offend those who once laughed at your struggle. Be wise with who you allow in again. Your father is not just watching, he's participating. From where he is guiding these alignments. He couldn't say it then, but he's moving it now. You will see objects move. You will sense music you didn't play. You will smell his scent. All confirmations that the message is near. Type Amen to get blessing 880. You may find that people begin to treat you differently, and it's not by accident. The message that is on its way to you has an energy so strong, it changes the atmosphere around you before it even arrives. Your aura is already shifting in preparation for the truth. Your father once walked with a secret that had a heartbeat of its own. He felt it every time he looked at you, and though his words were few, his thoughts were full of visions he never dared to reveal. Now, that hidden pulse is beginning to echo in your reality. The person who's been carrying the message is being spiritually pushed into action. They have fought the urge to speak, but their resistance is crumbling under divine pressure. They know that if they delay any longer, the consequences will ripple into their own life. And so, in the most unexpected hour, the message will appear. You might be tired. You might be distracted. But it will reach you, and when it does, a piece of you that has been disconnected will finally come alive. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You may feel emotions rushing in like a storm. Crying without warning. Smiling in the middle of silence. These aren't signs of weakness, they are signs of alignment. Your soul has waited too long to pretend that this isn't massive. There is an old friend or family acquaintance who is indirectly tied to your father's silence. Their name will be mentioned in passing very soon. Pay attention when you hear it, because it will open a chapter you thought was closed. A pattern of numbers your father once used, a date, a code, a license plate, or even a password, will show up again. When it does, know it's not coincidence. It's his spiritual fingerprint pressing through to confirm what's about to unfold. There is a dream you had as a child, perhaps something you forgot until now, that will suddenly come back with vivid clarity. That dream wasn't fiction. It was your spirit receiving early blueprints of what's happening now. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, the divine clock has struck the hour. What was bound must now be loosed. What was silent must now speak. You are not stepping into a new season. You are stepping into your original season, the one that was delayed, hidden, and now restored. And with that restoration comes power, influence, and clarity you never thought possible. Doors that refused to budge for years will now fling open with ease. Conversations that used to drain you will suddenly empower you. Your steps will begin to feel guided not by logic, but by divine impulse. You will know where to go, who to trust, what to say, and most importantly, who to ignore. That's the level of direction that's descending upon you now. It was always yours, it just wasn't time. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The message your father buried was not a lie, it was a delayed release. He placed it in a spiritual vault, and only now has heaven granted you the access code. The key is in your awareness, and the door is opening as you read these words. There will be signs in nature. Birds acting strange. Rain falling on a sunny day. A breeze entering a room with closed windows. These are more than weather, they are whispers from the other side of the veil. A relative may suddenly remember something your father once said and brush it off like nothing. But it's not nothing. Their memory will be triggered by the shift in your energy, because spiritually, you are unlocking ancestral files. What your father couldn't say in life, he will now express through layers, symbols, memories, voices in dreams, and real-time encounters. You are not alone in this revelation. The heavens are collaborating. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You were meant to know this truth now, because now, you are finally ready to carry it. Before, it would have crushed you or confused you. But now, you've been spiritually tempered. There is a secret tied to your birth. A decision made at the time of your arrival that changed more than your family's life. It altered timelines. And the person who knows the details is being pushed to speak. This revelation will shake a few people around you. Some will distance themselves. Not because of what you've done, but because the light of your activation exposes their shadow. Don't chase them. Don't explain. This truth is not for everyone. It was wrapped in silence because it was meant only for those chosen to carry the weight of divine knowledge. Type Amen to get blessing 939. As the truth unfolds, you will begin to see your father in a new light. Not just as a parent, but as a guardian of ancient truth. His life, though quiet, was layered with missions you were never told. You are now stepping into his footsteps, but not to repeat his story. You are walking his unfinished path to complete it. You are the continuation of what was hidden for generations. The emotions you'll feel won't be ordinary. Some days you'll feel heavy with knowing, and other days, you'll feel like flying. That's the balance of carrying prophetic weight. It breaks you and builds you at once. Your dreams will become highways of information. Names will appear. Locations will be whispered. If you write them down, you will begin to form a map your father once followed in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There's someone who tried to erase parts of your story, thinking they could hide what your father knew. But the truth has a memory stronger than their lies. And that memory is returning now with sharp edges. This person may reach out, pretending to be kind. But they are nervous. Because somewhere deep down, they sense that the secret is no longer protected by silence. They will watch you from a distance. They may ask questions that feel oddly placed. It's because they're trying to gauge how much you know. Don't fear them. Don't hate them. Just recognize their role, and release them from your trust. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The next 72 hours are critical. Not because something bad is coming, but because everything that's been locked is beginning to move. Watch for messages, odd coincidences, and unexpected dreams. If someone from the past appears, especially someone who had a connection with your father, know that their presence is a trigger. Whether positive or negative, they are a piece of this unfolding revelation. Archangel Michael says, "You are being surrounded with shields of light." As this truth breaks through, you will be protected, empowered, and realigned. What once drained you will no longer touch you. Every enemy who benefited from your delay will soon be silenced, not by revenge, but by revelation. Your elevation is their exposure. Your knowing is their unraveling. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You are entering a corridor of truth. The walls may echo. The light may flicker. But you must keep walking. What awaits at the end is not just knowledge, it is inheritance. Your father's greatest regret was not being able to walk beside you into this moment. But his greatest joy is watching you reach it. He is proud. He is watching. And he is guiding. The message is not just information. It is a vibration. It will shake your blood, light your vision, and awaken your hidden fire. You are not late. You are not behind. You are perfectly timed for everything that is about to ignite. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. There is a sacred sound only your spirit can hear. It's not coming from the outside world, it's coming from the part of your soul that your father once prayed over in secret. That sound is rising now, signaling the release of your true path. He wasn't just silent because he was scared. He was silent because the truth he knew would have rewritten your story too soon. Timing matters in the kingdom of divine revelations, and your time has finally arrived. The people who doubted you will soon be forced to witness what they never believed. Your glow will be undeniable. And when they ask how you got here, your answer will be silence, because some victories don't need explanations. There is a book, photo, or old object connected to your father that will soon make its way back to you. It will trigger a download of memories and clarity. It may arrive in a box, a drawer, or handed to you by someone from his past. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your environment will begin shifting without you trying. It's because the truth you're carrying carries energy so divine, it starts rearranging things on your behalf. Don't fear the sudden exits or appearances, they're all orchestrated. Your sleep will no longer be ordinary. You'll start receiving instructions in symbolic dreams. Keep a notebook nearby, some of the symbols will repeat, and each repetition is part of a larger divine map. There is a group of people who were once connected to your father. They tried to keep a sacred piece of your story hidden so it wouldn't empower you. But the seal on their silence has cracked. They can no longer hold back the current. The current is you. And you are about to break through everything they built to keep you small. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Your breath will become stronger. Your eyes will begin to see deeper. And your words will start to carry a force that even strangers will notice. This is the shift your father was waiting for. He knew the moment you crossed into this energy, nothing could stop you again. You have crossed it now. An old family tradition may resurface, a ritual, a saying, or a gesture passed down unknowingly. That tradition holds meaning tied directly to the message your father couldn't deliver in time. It will all make sense soon. There will be a moment soon when you look in the mirror and feel something awaken. That's not just you, it's your ancestral power realigning inside your physical vessel. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The letter he wrote may have never reached you. But its energy has. And that energy is dancing in the air around you now. Expect divine interruptions, calls at unusual times, dreams with intense colors, or sudden emotional waves. Each interruption is a key unlocking one more layer of what was hidden. There is someone around you now who suspects something spiritual is happening with you. They may try to downplay it or distract you. But deep down, they feel the shift, and they're nervous. Not everyone will celebrate your awakening. That's okay. What is being revealed to you isn't meant for public display, it's meant for personal transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. A man who once had tension with your father holds a fragment of this truth. He may say something by accident, in passing, or under the influence of guilt. When he does, listen closely, your father's silence left cracks that are now starting to leak. Your father tried to protect you even from himself. The pain he endured to carry this secret was immense. But he did it for love. He saw in you something others missed. He saw the seed of a prophetic path. And he made sure that seed wasn't destroyed before it bloomed. You are now blooming. You are remembering. You are reuniting with the version of yourself he always believed in. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. This message won't just set you free. It will set your bloodline free. Generational cycles that repeated in silence will now shatter in sound. You are the breaker of chains. You are the answer to prayers your father whispered at night. You are the continuation of a divine design disguised as delay. Some people may try to convince you that this is all coincidence. But deep down, even they feel it. The weight of this truth is too heavy to ignore now. Archangel Michael says, "Your steps are not random, they are divine fireprints upon sacred ground. Each one is being watched by angels and recorded in realms above. Keep moving." Type Amen to get blessing 4444. Something important is coming by mail, digital or physical. It might seem small, like a document or a handwritten note. But its content will match something your father once hinted at without fully explaining. Your hands may shake when you read it. That's not fear, it's activation. The very cells in your body will recognize the frequency of the truth being revealed. An old voicemail or video clip of your father may resurface unexpectedly. When you hear his voice, you will realize he encoded more than words, he left behind vibrations meant to unlock you now. The moment is sacred. The energy is ancient. And your readiness is undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are not stepping into your future, you are stepping into the truth that was waiting for you before you were born. Every delay was divine. Every obstacle was preparation. This is not just your moment, it's your mantle. A spiritual responsibility your father could only carry so far. Now, it passes to you. Don't be surprised if animals begin acting differently around you. They sense the spiritual field expanding around your energy. You are becoming what your bloodline has waited for. Some will call you lucky. But luck had nothing to do with it. This is sacred fulfillment. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Your father had a spiritual guide who told him not to speak too soon. That guide is now surrounding you. You may not see them, but you'll feel their nudges. This guide is connected to a specific number you'll keep seeing. It may appear on receipts, clocks, or even license plates. When it does, stop and breathe, the guide is near. What comes next will happen fast. Momentum has been building in silence, and the moment the message reaches your hands, your destiny will start unfolding like a scroll. Don't panic if your emotions fluctuate. That's the detox of unprocessed spiritual energy leaving your body. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. You will begin to crave silence, not because you're sad, but because your soul is recalibrating. In that silence, you'll hear whispers that aren't from this world. Listen. They are directions. Your father loved you in a way that extended beyond flesh and time. He made choices that were misunderstood, even judged. But now, those choices are becoming your inheritance. Expect people to reach out randomly. Some will want closure. Others will want access. But only a few are meant to walk this truth with you. Your discernment will be your shield. Use it well. The truth demands your highest wisdom now. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You've entered the final corridor. At the end of it is the message. And once it's received, you will never see yourself the same way again. You are not becoming someone new, you are finally becoming who you've always been beneath the layers of silence. That is your power. That is your destiny. That is what your father protected. And now, that protection becomes your platform. Stand in it. Speak from it. Rise through it. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The message is coming. Prepare to receive.